This is Lilo Martinez, and this is her third session of acupuncture plus minus manipulation. We don't need manipulation today because she's 100%. Dad, tell me why, how long was she having pain before you came to us, and what happened after the first session, and just a
Sure,
brief.
sure. Lilo has been very healthy for 8 years and just minimal vaccinations, yearly visits, that all. We watch her, taking good care of her. And 5 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now, um, she developed some sort of pain in her back. Wasn't sure what it was, and she developed. It got progressively worse, and she was losing appetite, not eating, and she was hurting, and she would just yelp, and she could barely walk, and she could barely stand, and she was clearly in pain, and she actually developed a sort of tic secondary to the pain, and she was just. And so we took her to a doctor, and they kept prescribing her pain medication, and an NSAID, which was fine, but the pain wasn't resolving itself. It was getting worse and worse and worse. And they recommended a neurology consult and a cardiology consult after they did x-rays, but the pain was not managed at all. And so we heard about Orchid Springs from a coworker, kind of serendipitously, and made an appointment. And after one treatment, I was amazed. Um, we were worried we might have to put the dog down because she was in acute pain for 3.5 weeks. She bounced back almost. I told the doc she was at 25%, and that was high, and she bounced back about 60%. And after the second treatment, she bounced back after a couple days, and now we're here for her third treatment, and that's what the doctor and I have talked about, that she's basically back up to 100%. She hasn't yelped. There's no tremors or tics. She's not reacting to, clearly demonstrating she's in pain. She's gone back to jumping onto the recliner, even though we don't want her to do that, but she has a mind of her own. She rears up on her rear legs. It really is amazing how well she has done in the short time that Dr. Vargas had her. So we are really pleased, and Lilo is pleased too, although she's not um,
Fond of the spinal manipulation or
fond
the
of the visit,
acupuncture.
but I've had children before too.
Yeah.
So, but you can see that she's just like I told Doc, she's back up to 90-95%, and she lost one thing. Let me remember that she lost weight in 3.5 weeks. She went from 23 pounds to about 18 pounds,
And now she's 19.
and now she's 19. So she's bouncing back. So yeah,
So you recommend spinal manipulation and acupuncture?
I am a firm believer of that this was the right treatment for Lilo, because the alternative was not going to be surgery, and the alternative would have been basically putting her down. So at some point in time, I mean, so
I understand.
very, 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 very pleased and very grateful.
Thank you.